America. I'm going live. Getting my keys first.
Right now.
Thank you.
So like I
What
said,
about my pin thing? You didn't bring that one.
what pin thing?
The little other black string.
Oh, I knew you would want
Yes,
that.
of course I would want it. So, here we are, living in this one nation under God. Let's share the show, shall we? Share, and like. We share on, Messenger. And send it to you. And that's just the deal. Send it to you. And that's just the deal. Failure has become an option in America. And for those of you who have allowed it to affect their life journey, well, I don't know what to say because it definitely does. And someone said, "Oh, well, what do you think about this?" or "What do you think about that?" And I said, "Oh, it doesn't matter because the rules are the rules. And we all must abide by the rules. And the rules are simply just the rules." So, in looking in the year of 2025, now in the year of 2525, I don't think I'll ever be alive, but the deal is that if we are still alive, but we're living now. And America is about to have a new celebration as to we are still existing, but it is we the people. But when you look at how far we have come as a nation, then understand they're not like us. That's right. So all of the years that black women have been dragged into the barn house and raped and had these mixed race babies, and of course the imitation of life, the movie, the imitation of life, simply just demonstrated that they're not like us. And Kendrick sings about it. But you can choose whatever it is that you do in the real world, or choose whatever you don't. Simply, so many people just don't do politics. And what are politics? Well, only simply just the money. So people understand how to get the money, but most people don't. But services are allocated and aligned by the people who need those services. So if you understand, then you too can be on the journey. And it is a party. It really is. And I find it amazing. It's just amazing that people don't understand. But the pimp factor exists. But if you choose to be a tabletop dancer here in Las Vegas, it didn't matter if you didn't get a high school diploma, because tabletop dancers, they make the most money. And they do make a lot of money. But if you got all that extra, well, I don't think people want to see you dancing on the tabletop. And therefore, you can't get a job like that. But you can get a job in a cooking facility, where people love to eat. Well, people can demonstrate. People can prove. You can prove that you can cook good because, oh, Lord, all that weight on you. But all that extra weight, oh, Lord, it does not demonstrate healthy lifestyle. And so here we are living in the year of 2025. And across this nation, we're just not talking about making it. What have we done since 1964? Are we actually making it? And I don't believe so. That's real. I'm saying failure was never an option. And however, so many people are not making it. But what is a male adaptive behavior? Oh, you didn't know they got words for this and words for that. And hell, if I hadn't gotten enough beatings, I wouldn't know if the words ever made a difference. But my mother whipped my ass so many days, every day, and all the way until I was 38 years old. Then I had to call my father, my stepfather, that is, because he always advocated for me not to get any whippings. And he told her that would stop. And amazingly, it did. But we have adversaries in life. We have life partners. We have the ability to, go with the flow. But my grandbaby said, if you can't go with the flow, then you just don't know. And she was right. And at 3 years old, she said you have to be able to go with the flow. And I'm saying, well, what is that? Mm-hmm. And then I realized it. Everybody's got a thing. They soon ought to know how to handle it. But soon they're reaching out in vain and always worrying about those smiling faces, what can I say? Thank you so much for dropping a light for me. But hey, this is real. And across this nation, it is we the people. But what do we the people look like? Well, hell, I don't know. It is a blessing to just be living under this earth, this thing we call the blue skies. And the blue skies, nothing but blue skies. Talk about blue skies. Oh, whatever. I don't remember a lot of it, but it's out there because it just is. What goes up must come down, and spinning wheels have got to go around. Talk about your troubles, it's a crying shame. Ride a painted pony, let the spinning wheel. Well, I don't know. Did you mind the reflective sign on the straight and narrow highway? Would you mind a reflective sign? Just let it shine into your mind to show you the colors that are real. And it says someone is ringing, waiting. Someone is waiting just for you. And I'm saying, spinning wheels are spinning true. Just talk about your troubles because it is a crying shame, but it really doesn't matter because we can talk all we want and people complain that we have a place to, share. And we do. We have a place to share, but it is different in every country because it is what you believe. And it's unfortunate that, you know, I found love on a two-way street. I found love and lost it on a lonely highway. But hey, when you lose your love, it's just real. Well, I don't know about the jokes. I know about the pimp factor, though, because pimping ain't easy, but then goddamn, somebody just has to do it. Why would you just leave all those resources sitting on the table from state to state? And people have chosen not to. I mean, how many children just failed to thrive in America? And it is real. What is thrive? I don't know. Kaiser seemed to understand the failure to thrive is real because you don't understand the power. Yes, it is. Float, float on. And I mean, the whole thing is that they control the narrative as never before because James Brown said it. I mean, fight the powers that be. But we didn't listen because they would arrest him for inappropriate behavior with his woman. I mean, but come on now. It was. It was what it was. And then lean on me when you're not strong. Said I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on. And it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean. Well, my husband seemed to think that. And his mother actually wrote him a letter saying that sometimes you must beat your wife. And I just really understood I was not in a correct situation. I mean, the whole thing is that I got to leave because I did attempt to make the marriage work. I mean, that was commitment in life. I stayed a whole nother year. I mean, the military just offers these awesome. I mean, most people just don't even understand, but it's the ability to not have to trip, but not having the rent money because the military just pays for everything. They pay for food, they pay for health care, they pay for everything, and they don't give you no wife. But if you got one, they're gonna make sure that the wife get to eat and get a place to sleep, and that's just real. I don't understand it. It's a lack of communication, inability to communicate in an ineffective situation because there's more to life than pussy. Although, understanding that the president thought that money would allow you to just grab the pussy. It is life, liberty, and choice is everything. And we all heard him say that. Well, well, what do you think? Just grab it. It's yours. It's for the taking. And now you understand. Every state, every state will have a conversation as to failed services because this motherfucker don't care. If you was never doing it the right way and it demonstrates that certain people are not getting services, well, maybe the money is just not coming. And that's what you need to understand. Flexibility is key, but perhaps that, in this time of revelations, revealing happened in 2021. The whole COVID thing was a time to awaken. Understand that they could see exactly how the dollars were being spent. And if your local community was advocating it for BFFs, and you know what a BFF is, right? Best friend ever. I mean, that's what Baby Bush said. He said he didn't care. He said he didn't care. If you either roll with me or roll without me. But if you roll with me, you my BFF. And that's just what happened. And then we had others, excuse me, others that would, but you have to understand in America, life is about the partnerships, how we partner to ensure that perhaps adequacy happens for all, because the obligation under the United States Constitution is for all. Don't you recall it? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for. This is what you didn't know. Darlene Anderson, welcome to my show. hmm Because there is a factor in all of this. And it happens to be the more you know, the more you grow. So go, know, and grow, my friend. This is 2025, not even 2024. It happens to be 2025. In the year of 2525. Well, apparently we're still living now. What is violence besides the lack of the inability to communicate effectively? You have a point, you'd like to drive your point, but you have a perspective. You'd like to share your perspective. Well, guess what? When people are missing all these organs locally, they have lots of deaths locally for young people. And the young folks just ain't making it. It's so unfortunate that the young folks they're just not making it. Well, they have some kind of perspective. I'm just trying to understand. Everything has changed. Every year, things change. But you should have some knowledge and you should not be afraid to reach back to the past, because the past is real. And it really doesn't matter because failure was never going to be something that I accepted. And so I don't. And fighting the system, well, that's everybody. Join in, what's that? That train to Georgia? What is it? Or the one that talks about sitting at the dock of the bay. And the dock of the bay was just real. But all of the older songs really talked about which way do you go? And we now know that it is critical. Which way do we go? Which way do we go? But understand the rules are the rules, and the rules have always been the rules. And for those red states, the ones that never looked out for your interests, you know which ones I'm talking about, right? They do exist. But when it comes to talking about what's working for you and perhaps what may be working for me and what's never worked for me, it doesn't matter, because it matters what we think. It matters who we are. Life matters, truly. And, why is this thing not spraying? Oh, there it is, spraying. It's supposed to I want to keep the bug something. And I don't want the bugs just land on me. I don't. Bug soother repels bugs. Normal bug repellent that smells great, but the bugs hate it. Lemongrass, like with a hint of vanilla. Yep, it's safe on pets and everybody.
I'm gonna get the stuff in your trunk.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want the keys? Or you got the extra keys? Just drive the car over here, and then that way. Yes, because I don't have to do it, and I only have to do what I want to do in a world that we live in. But you see, most people don't understand that there's a process for local control. And there just is. That's why we have elections on school boards, city council people, county boards of supervisors, and then we have governors who do all of this. And then when you didn't understand that it happens, well, I'm sorry. What can I say? But these positions exist so that they can allocate funding for certain people. Then we have all those not-for-profit organizations, even the ones that deal with battered and abused wives. But, it's up to you to understand that we live under an umbrella of structured services. But if they're not working for you, I did my hair. And I like the ready to go. I don't know if I like this oranges color, this golden white color. I don't know if I like that, but it should have some lipstick on it. I don't have any right now, but next time I will. But I promise you, please go to my podcast. It is on Spotify. It's called Parent Empowerment Half an Hour. Empower yourself. Watch some of those meetings that that we had to have discussions on. Because life is about we the people. But who are we as American citizens? And I say, once again, failure was never an option. Never an option. Never, never an option. But if you choose to allow someone else to dictate what you can and cannot, well, who am I to tell you that you don't have to do that? That choice is everything. But what will you do? As this is the year of 2025. And so have a blessed day and peace. I am out of here. Y'all have a blessed day now.